Hey everybody, Jinx and Michael here, and we're cracking open the gratitude jar. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, first thing in here is thankful for those who listen and understand. Wow, yeah, in 2020, this year has been just paramount that people hear one another and really understand and comprehend what people say, and that's taken on many forms, whether it's, politics, whether it's the Black Lives Matter movement, whether it's anybody who's been othered, or just even in personal scapes. Listening and understanding, we need more of that in this world and lifetime. Next up, let's see what's in here. Aw, thankful for my grandma. I love you, Grandma. We love her.
Yes, we love you.
What's next? Man, these sticky notes.
Grateful for consistency in all the many forms it takes in my life.
Yes. I think when you have consistent people in your life, that is something you should never take for granted. Consistency in just not only the people around you, but being consistent in yourself and the things you do and you put out in life, that's important too.
Yeah, I mean, really expecting people to be consistent for you means you have to be consistent for others, and it's also teaching us to be better too.
Yeah, it's a two-way street. Alright, what's this one? Thankful for one of my friends calling me. Yeah, I had a phone call recently. I'm not going to say who, but they called me up. We hadn't talked in a good while. And, we have our differences, but at the same time, being able to have a phone call from a friend where you can just be 100% honest, you may see differently and not eye to eye, but there's a love and respect and a 100% honesty there. And being able to have that type of communication, I was really thankful for that because you can't have those type of conversations with everybody.
No, and really, the thing is that when you're able to finally communicate and actually talk to one another, you're able to start building bridges again, and I think that's really great.
Absolutely. I got my crystals in here. Hold on, let me get this out of here. Selenite. Let's see.
Grateful for people that honor their word.
I think we see a theme here, don't we? Yeah, a lot of people, in this busy world and just things canceling and COVID and the world being turned upside down, just people that come through and say what they mean, and when they say they're going to be there, they're there. That's super important to me. Just knowing people are going to come through and stay true to their word. I love that.
Yeah, in some cultures and in some places, all you are your word and your integrity. So it's really important that you're able to do that, and we're really grateful for those that have been able to do that for us.
Yeah, word is bond. All right.
Grateful for people I can trust with all parts of myself.
Ooh, you want to talk about that first?
Well, I just think it's important that regardless of the environment, that you can bring your full and true self to everything. And if you can't do that, you're held back from your greatest potential and really what you can do for others. When others are able to accept that from you, that's really when something special comes alive.
I actually struggle with that to this day. I think that showing all parts of myself is something that's still a challenge, and I'm trying to incorporate more of that into my friend circles, my work, my everything I do. I want more of myself incorporated in so people kind of get a sense of who I am, and also just be more of an authentic person. And I'm really grateful for the people that really resonate with that, because anybody who's different has their hoops to jump through, right? What's next?
Grateful for knowing my value. I think it's this year has really proven that when one has taken the time to reflect and think about what they do in this world, they're able to further recognize their own value to themselves, their community, and the people around them. And just with that enlightenment that we've had this year, it's really been great.
I also think it's just super important to know your value. I think in the world we live in and the community, we have a tendency to sometimes get our own value twisted with what other people's perceptions and what they think, and we sometimes lose sight of what we bring to the table, what our worth is, who we are, and how much that matters. I think sometimes, the best parts of ourselves sometimes get kind of dimmed away because, sometimes it doesn't always resonate with the people around us, and it's important to know that and really believe it and walk with purpose with that. Let's see what else we have in here. What's the next one?
Grateful for boring moments.
Grateful for boring moments. Okay, I'm going to take this one. This has been a very exciting year, and not in a good way. And this has been a lesson in cherishing the moments that are boring and nothing's going on, and actually enjoying them. I mean, some of the best moments this year have been when nothing caught you off guard with a surprise. I mean, there's been so many deaths, surprises, politics, shocks, plot twists, personal world, everything. And just being able to sit at home with your cats and your husband and nothing happening is a blessing.
It has been. And again, right, with so little to do outside of the home, it gave us an opportunity to really enjoy and cherish and reflect and be thankful for the things that we have at home.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see. Aww, thankful for Michael helping me on House of OJ. I will say this. Michael is an incredible man, and he has built such an amazing platform for me to stand on and for me to help. He helps me reach my dreams too, so I just want to say thank you.
Oh, thank you. I'm just grateful that we have House of OJ. It's a great opportunity.
Oh God, you've been helping me so much, and I've been cussing out the sewing machine, the clothes, the cats, Michael. No, but we come through, and every time we do, it's amazing and it's worth it. The struggle is real, but it's so worth it. Okay. Oh.
Thankful for an amazing photo shoot with
Natalie,
Parker, and Luis.
You remember that one?
Oh, yes.
That was an amazing photo shoot. We did a photo shoot for House of OJ that was for December, this month, and it was our little holiday photo shoot for just very festive-y, fun, warm indoor Lolita outfits, and it went really well. I was really happy that we took our the line and brand to the next level and really took it there. I mean, even with COVID, it's really hard to really, bring your visions to the next level because, it's a pandemic. But we really came through. Everyone came through and brought their A game. I was so happy and proud of just everyone really believing in that vision, and it turned out better than we expected.
Yeah, it did, and it was also an opportunity to feature one of the newly redone rooms in the house, too, so that's good.
Yeah. Let's see. What's next?
Grateful for the people that poured back into me.
Yeah. It's no surprise. One of my biggest lessons I've learned this year is that, a lot of people you pour into aren't necessarily going to pour back into you. And that has been a big challenge for me. But there have been people that have been pouring back into me, and I love them from the bottom of my heart and the depths of my soul, because that really kept me going. It has been a very just telling year, and I'm not talking from just myself, but just everybody. I feel everyone's been through their personal hell this year, and it's the people that really extend a hand towards you, and to help you up when we all fall down inevitably. That really makes so much of a difference, and I cherish all those people. I never forget them either.
Yeah, I mean, really, this is a time where we not only get to reflect on ourselves, but also reflect on the relationships that we have. And when there are imbalances, it's particularly more obvious when you have time to think about it. So it's good to be grateful, particularly for those that we're able to share a more even relationship with.
Yeah, especially because this year there have been a lot of shades of a lot of people just feeling alone more so than usual, especially during the holidays now too. So every person in our lives that makes a difference, that really counts, and that just not even just us, but just on a collective note, that matters. Okay, what's next? I am thankful for those who acknowledge my words and reach out in the rough days. Same principle. I'm a big believer of, who your friends are based on who's there in the hard times. I feel like a lot of good has happened, and we're really grateful and blessed and fortunate and even privileged to some extent. But they're like anybody. We all have our rough patches in life, and unfortunately, a lot of people you think are going to be there during, that are there during the good times, they're not there during the bad times. But the people that do come through, and it's very unexpected who comes through when it's rough. I swear, anybody who's been through a rough time knows that when you hit a rough patch, the strangest of people are there to help out, and it's sometimes it's people you don't expect. Sometimes it's people will always be there, but it's it always surprises us.
And it is worth being grateful for those people, because those people are not plentiful out there right now. So it's good that we have them.
Oh yeah, and also with everything, everyone's trying to help their own situation right now. This year hasn't been easy on anybody, so and when anyone comes through and helps and is there for you in the ways that count, like, that's a lot. That has so much more to it than meets the eye, because we're all trying to stay afloat right now in this 2020 chaos. Woo! What's the next one? Oh, I'm going to read this one. Thankful for those who inspire me, like Princess Diana, Rihanna, and Aaliyah. I could go on and on and on, but one of my biggest things in life is just loving to be inspired by just people's stories, how they navigate through the craziest of circumstances and come out just a better person. It's like the Temperance card in tarot. Like they take a terrible situation and they somehow manage to get through it and also make themselves better because of it. And you almost love them because they went through some of these things. And I think that really inspires me on so many levels, because it's important to take the bad and transmute it into something that's a part of you, but it doesn't make you cruel or jaded, and you come out a better, stronger person because of it. And these women I listed off were some of the examples of people that I resonated with. Who inspires you, Michael?
I haven't spent much time thinking about it. Everybody that I connect with inspires me in a particular way. I've been really surprised this year how selfless some people can be, and really how some people have been able to awaken in themselves something they haven't been able to do because they've had this extra time.
Oh yeah, not to mention people in our community are pretty inspiring too. I mean, especially during the protests, just so many people that have come out and really made their voice heard and stood up for one another, and it's about standing up and really, caring about our community and really loving these people and really giving voice and lifting people up. And that's been really inspiring too. I don't want to forget about that either, because there's been a lot of just amazing people that have activated and really found purpose and helping lift one another up. Yeah, very inspirational. What else we got in here? We have a lot of this jar filled up, guys. And I didn't even start in January. I started probably like in March filling up this jar or something, because Stephen Binko told me to. He put us onto this. All right.
Thankful for the numerous streams of money coming in.
Take it away.
We've just been very blessed, just across the board, and we've been, and it is worth being grateful for it. We put in a lot of work into establishing what we have, and that's worth being grateful for. But that's not without the just the blessings and fortune that we've had around us with the people around us here too. Particularly earlier in the year, where we had a struggle or a medical emergency with one of our cats. It was really enlightening and really heartening to see how many people were willing to help out with that, and we are grateful.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate, and it's just very good to be able to know that when you work very hard, it pays off. I think a lot of us work our asses off, and sometimes we don't get our due or the amount we earn or deserve or what have you, and it's just, I'm grateful that we do have that, because we do work very hard, and I'm grateful it is received that way and we get our worth and what have you, because this year hasn't been easy for everybody. A lot of people have lost their jobs, a lot of people are transitioning and trying to attain that, and I'm just grateful we have it, especially when so many people have been without it this year. Thankful for people calling me Jinx. Yeah, as you know, I changed my name a few years ago legally, and some people still call me Aaron, but I really appreciate it when people, get with it, the program. This is what we're doing now. Yeah, even your family has too, right?
I have been, it's hard for some people that have known you for a very long time, and they have to get and don't interact with you as often as you think, and they have to adjust, but they're putting in the effort because they know that it's important to you.
Yeah,
that's worth being grateful for.
I think the people that really got with it really realize identity is important. It is to me, and it's important to everybody actually. Just knowing your even with so many people, especially in the gay community, I feel particularly identity is very important. LGBT plus community, and that was a big chapter in my life. I'm glad a lot of people really understood that. What's this one?
Grateful for changes that add value.
Yeah, a lot of changes have been happening this year, and it's a blessing to know that when they do happen, whether they're easy ones or hard ones, they're shaping you for the better. A lot of 2020 for me has been being able to see clear through the difficult moments and finding the lesson that it's trying to teach you. There's a lot of changes that are great and amazing and good, and that's obvious and that's always welcomed, but it's those tough moments and finding out what you're trying to learn and change, develop and shift and grow from. Those are the ones too I'm also grateful for.
And to take it even further, right, I'm particularly grateful that we can even identify what's bringing value and what's not bringing value, because not only should we be grateful for those things that are adding value, but I'm, upon reflection of how this year has went, it's also helped me focus almost exclusively on things that add value and divert focus away from those things that just may not matter or may not ultimately affect us later on.
Yeah. Co-signed. Let's see. Grateful for possibilities and chapters beyond this moment. Gosh, I think that was probably the most... That was a big one. I don't think everyone knows how important that one is. There's a lot we know that's happening in 2021. That's a whole video in itself, but we are truly grateful for the path that we're on and the many changes and growth and developments and exciting things that are coming. We're a lot set in motion already.
Yeah, and although it might not all be fully defined, I mean, much of it is actually kind of en route. We're really excited to ultimately share those new chapters and new changes with our friends, with our family, with our community, because you're ultimately ones that helped us make this possible.
Oh yeah. Totally. Let's see. Thankful for paint. Oh, I paint a lot of stuff. Just always have since as a child, and any form of art where you can just express yourself and just put whatever you're feeling onto a figure, a canvas, anything you're creating. Totally thankful for. The world needs more artists, especially right now.
Well, and to just bring more color into the world and into this home has really been just, has been such a blessing.
Oh yeah, even painting the ceilings, right?
That's right.
What's next? Okay. This is so sick. I forgot about this. I'm thankful for Aunt Viv and Will Smith reuniting and healing the Banks family. Oh my gosh, can we just talk about the fact that was the longest drama ever, and I'm so happy for not just Aunt Viv and Will, but the whole family, because I wish I wish Uncle Phil was still here to see it, but I'm just so glad all of them were in the same room and both Aunt Vivs got to hug and meet each other for the first time. That was beautiful. That was keeping me up at night sometimes.
Yeah, and I'm particularly grateful that happened as well, just because that further highlights for those that actually got to watch that on HBO Max, that it's important not to put up those barriers, those walls, those grudges forever. That's harmful for all those involved, not only for the two people who are in conflict, but even those that are just adjacent. So that was very nice.
Yeah, and just celebrate healing. I think the world doesn't have enough healers in it. And I think we're in a culture where success and moving forward really defines the people around us. So being able to stop, heal, listen, really understand, and then move forward better than ever, that's never given enough focus in our culture, I believe. I think that we really could be a much more complete civilization if we incorporated healing and loving on one another and really just holding each other and understanding each other and just really, making sure we're okay. I don't think there's enough emphasis placed on that with us. That was beautiful. That brought me to tears. What is this little itty bitty one? Thankful for the people around me connecting with their purposes. Yeah, that's a huge one. I think this year particularly, a lot of people shifted their paths in life, course corrected, changed their soul contract, switched jobs, rekindled their loves with things that excited them. And I think that this moment in the pandemic where people stay outside at home and you have to be alone with yourself and listen to your thoughts really ignited that in people. And just watching people glow up in their purpose and walk in their paths they're meant to be on has just been so beautiful to watch this year.
It has been, and you can tell people are stepping away from things that don't matter because it's no longer there as a distraction for them. So it's really wonderful to see that not only have we been blessed, but those that are around us get to focus in on what matters to them, so they can go win for themselves.
Oh yeah, and we're rooting for you guys. Keep it up. Let's see. What does this say?
Thankful for the people that care about the things that are important to me.
Yeah, I think that goes without saying. You can have a lot of friends, but if they don't really care about the things that are important to you, if they don't care about the things in a relationship that, or let me reframe that, if they don't love you in the ways you need to be loved or care about things that you need to care about that are important to you, so the people that do love you in the ways you need to be loved, the people that do care about you in the ways that you need to be cared for, and the things that they know they're important to you and they place importance on that, that's a really strong aspect in knowing what you expect from the people around you. And I think a lot of people go off of relationships based on how they feel and if they're good or not. But I think people forget sometimes when we have people in our circles in life, there's some expectations that people care about the things you care about. Like, for example, this year I had a friend told me, that Black lives don't matter and all lives matter. And it's just like, Black lives matter is something that's very important to me. I am Black, and that's something I expect the people around me to really get and understand and feel the gravity of, because that's a big part of who I am as a Black person in America. It's important that the people around me know that. And that's just one example. There's plenty we could talk about.
Yeah, and I'm also grateful that there are people around that really care about things that matter, but not only things that matter, are willing to discuss and understand. So if it's not directly important to them at the beginning, or they might not recognize it at the beginning, they want to build a bridge, they want to understand, and they want to be able to go forward. That's been a great opportunity, not only for us, but those that we engage with.
Yeah. Let's take a look. What's next? Oh, thankful for family. Yeah. Family is something I feel like I've really been connecting with more, and I'm not just talking about blood family. I'm talking about the people that aren't blood, the people that you make your family, and just how important it is to be able to rely on the people around you, know that they're going to have your back, know that even when you're wrong, they have your back, and they'll let you know too, like, I love you, I got your back, but you fucked up. It's important to have those people in your corner, and that, you're also in their corner too.
Yeah, and our families are everywhere. They're not just here in this local area, but I also particularly appreciate how we have now been able to connect with them even better. Because we have all of this this technology available to us that folks just weren't familiar with before, and now are willing to connect in this way. So it's been good.
Oh yeah, our family, black, white, Asian, the gay family, all across America and the world actually. It's beautiful, it really is. Well, here you go. I got picked up too, so I'll go do mine first. Thankful that Micah is such an awesome editor and producer on my projects. We talked about this one, but he's also the editor for Game Milwaukee, and he edits all the videos. And he's also the producer of House of OJ. So thank you, Michael. I love you for that.
It's good to be able to contribute in the ways that I know how to. I don't know anything about sewing. I don't know much about design, but at least I can do that.
We have some huge, amazing projects coming up in 2021 that we'll be both producing soon that we can't wait to share with you guys too. Stay tuned.
Thankful for all the cuddly cats. I love them.
They're probably our best friends. Yeah, we love animals more than we love people. In this house, I can't speak for you, but they're my best friends. They hold very interesting conversations with me, and they're probably the ones I spend the most time with. And they make the best cuddle buddies, and they always listen too. They're great listeners.
We're very blessed to have all four of them here in the house. They're really great to have around. It's good that they're able to keep each other entertained here too, because they do have so much energy. But it's it's been good, particularly during the pandemic, to have their companionship.
Oh yeah. It's so funny. We have Seraph, who is always on Michael's conference calls, and even his work knows who Seraph is. Everyone at his work knows who the Seraph the cat is. We have Sky, this baby tabby cat, who has his little garden, and he always wants to make sure his plants and flowers are blooming, and he takes care of them. And we have Soul, this plump little cat that loves the pink room and just loves rolling up in a pink blanket. And then we have Artemis, who's just such a little sassy lady. They're great. Yeah, anybody who has pets just knows they have these amazing little just bundles of personality. It's just great. Thankful for those who model my designs. I just want to say, everybody who just believed in any project I put out there and just really sees the magic in it, the beauty in it, the vision, and really just brings something awesome to the table and helps elevate it to the next level. I love you. 100% grateful. And it's meant so much to me in 2020.
Yeah, these people have been able to really help bring these concepts to life and actually really make it more than just an outfit, but actually something that folks can actually resonate and connect with. So yeah. That's really wonderful.
Oh yeah, especially with House of OJ, we photograph everybody from all different walks of life, and every person brings their spin, their the way they wear an outfit, the way they pose, the way they move, the way they their flavoring, and it just means a lot just to be around so many different people. I would never in my life want to be around just one type of person. It's always been for me about just growing and learning and just taking something away from just someone different, and just there's something great about just being around different people and just, that becoming a small part of you.
Well, and also that those different people are willing to share themselves and share their full selves along with you is really where it's special.
Yeah, because real talk, some of those instances were the first time we ever met some of those people, which is great, What's this one say?
Thankful for the one day I'll have...
an iconic fashion show. Oh yeah. Stay tuned. We'll talk more about that in 2021. Let's see here. Grateful for this conversation with another phone conversation. I don't want to put their names out there, but just another one of those heart-to-heart phone call conversations. Especially during this pandemic, some of these phone calls remind me of the conversations you have in the 90s over the phone call, where you just talk about all kinds of stuff, and like 4 hours will go by and you're like, damn, I missed you. Especially with your friends you're not in the same state with, or you just can't visit because you guys want to stay safe, you know?
Yeah, there's just been more time for telephone conversations, virtual conversations, video calls, and it really has been coming alive in a way that maybe our text messaging probably kept us kind of disconnected from.
Right. What's this one? Oh, thankful I knew Alec while he was here and the days we played Diablo together. So, sometime this year I found out one of my friends I used to go to high school with and play Diablo with. I was putting up a new Diablo group for old time's sake, and then I was considering asking him to be a part of it, and a friend of mine told me he's no longer with us. And I just want to say, I'm just grateful. We shared so many crazy memories at Fun World, in high school, in Germantown, at Fun World. You know, he was a hoot, and I will be very honest with you. He was a beautiful boy, amazing fashion sense. I really look up to him, and I miss you, Alec. You never met him. It's okay. He was a good guy. He was a good guy.
I'm grateful Sky is breathing and healthy.
Yeah.
So I guess this year really brought out a couple medical situations in our family. Where Seraph, of course, had his incidents with the thread and his digestive tract, and of course he's doing better now. But then Sky, we also learned, had some notable allergies that we had to begin treating just to make sure that he'd be okay.
Catarrhes, we call them.
That's right. But you know, in addition to being grateful that he's doing well, we're also really grateful for Dr. Becky. She's been really helpful in making sure that all 4 of the cats remain healthy, and she has been their doctor really since we've had all of them, and it's we followed her from clinic to clinic, and it's been really great. Yeah,
it was kind of adorable because his whole mouth swelled up, and he had these big old puffy kitty lips, and you know, we got it treated, but it was a whole situation. He's good now. Thankful for watching Cindy Black's YouTube channel while waiting for Seraph to come home. Oh my gosh. So, as we said, Seraph had a moment where he got into my sewing thread and ate a bunch of it, and we couldn't really visit him in the hospital while he was having his operation and recovery. So, in that moment of time, it was the slowest window of hell, and this YouTuber called Cindy Black, super beautiful, dark-skinned, beautiful woman with natural bright blue eyes, and she talks about the most interesting stuff. She made the time move a little faster, and when you're going through a crazy moment like that, anybody that can take your mind off of it, mwah. That was a moment, wasn't it?
It was a moment.
All right. Oh, here we go. The people who donated to Seraph's surgery.
Yeah, it was just wonderful to see how generous some people can be, and even those who were unable to donate monetarily, for those who even sent their prayers, their goodwill to our family, we're really grateful. Seraph has recovered and he's back to his full self, minus a few pounds here, and we're really happy to have him.
Yeah, that was a really crazy moment. When you're in an emergency and you have to like make a decision in the next hour or so, and they tack up thousands of dollars onto you to make that decision, it can be a bit alarming. And I remember neither of us like asking for help. So when I made that post asking for help with a GoFundMe, just seeing so many people activate and mobilize to save this cat's life was beyond words. It was without question the biggest moment of all 2020, hands down. There was nothing that could compare to that. And the fact that not only did they come through, that we did save him, and those were just so many miracles tightly wrapped in one moment, and we are so grateful for that. Like, that is something, we still have the pictures of everybody who donated on our walls, because that's how much we have love, and our loyalty extends to you guys like no other. You have no idea. Okay, thankful for today with Stephen and the empathic future conversations. Oh, Stephen Binko, who told us to make one of these jars, the gratitude jars. He is such an amazing medium, empath, tarot reader, and just as an empath and tarot reader myself, being able to speak that language with someone and be understood and build off of each other and also strengthen, that type of bond and, abilities and just resonate and have these conversations. They're not conversations you can really have with everybody. So to be able to have that conversation, it was just complete magic. And I love you, Stephen. Thank you for that night. That was amazing.
It's also just good to have good people around us and good people that we can ultimately just be inspired by.
Yeah, great listener. And check out Stephen Binko.
Thankful Seraph woke me up this morning and is healthy and with us. I mean, Seraph is Seraph before his operation and now, of course. He is the one that wakes us up in the morning. He knows when it's breakfast time, and he wants to definitely have his breakfast. So even in those couple few days when he was not in our home, it was a gap in our lives. And then while he was recovering over those few weeks, we were to our own devices to wake ourselves up and ultimately take care of the day.
So you told that story really. That was a very good scripted way to tell the story. But pre-surgery, pre-episode and instant where he ate the thread and we all had to freak out. Seraph every morning would knock over something. Break a lamp, knock over my flowers in the bedroom, knock over my books, scream, yell, just break shit to get fed. And this cat would bother both of us to no ends. He'd wake me up, knock over my shit, then he'd wake up, knock over your shit, and wake you up to get fed twice. It was a whole hoot. And as we talked about with that episode where we almost lost Seraph, after you almost lose anyone in your life, moments like that, just you look at them so much differently, and you're grateful for the moments your lamp is being broken in the morning because they're still here with you, and that really changed how we look at things. And I'm gonna have to remember that more often because he's still knocking over my stuff to this day to get fed and wake us up. Thankful for the angel number 911. So I see angel numbers all the time. I will stop and tell you, look at the clock, look at your phone, look at the bus that passed by, look at the microwave, there's always angel numbers. Look at anytime you accidentally stop a YouTube video and the number there. I see angel numbers all the time, and they really resonate with the current scenarios I'm on, and they very much, I feel they're the dialogue with the above, and they're just kind of reminding you that you're on the right path. Things may not always be the best or feel right or good or just, it seems crazy right now, but trust me, you're on the right path. And you've seen them too, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, our world around, it's one thing that 2020 has taught at least me is to be more observant of the world around us and ultimately the signs and symbols that can ultimately help guide us through the next decisions that might be required. And yes, these numbers have been presenting themselves.
And ours are different too. I feel like we see different numbers a lot, but they're not the same numbers, it seems. Which that says something too. Okay. Oh.
Seraph's recovery. I mean, so that Seraph's situation was really a big deal for us. That is iconic. That is, if I reflect back on what was probably one of the more traumatic experiences in 2020, it is for sure what had happened to Seraph and why we're super careful around him now. But I'll also say because of his recovery, he's also become that much closer to us too. And really showing us that much more love, and that's really wonderful too.
Oh, it was hilarious because Seraph would be the one who always visit Michael on the conference calls. He's modeled for with Michael, and he's on the web chat, and so after the surgery we had to kind of put him in the bedroom. So Michael moved his entire office to that room, and Seraph with this big old cone is in still on the calls. Yeah, that recovery meant the world to us. If you haven't noticed, we've been over it so many times during this. Another Seraph thing. So I remember I said something to Alexa. I'm grateful Alexa sang Seraph a song. So I don't know what she misheard me say, but I asked her, let me not say her name before she activates. I asked this computer something, and I think she misunderstood me, and she just sang a song about, our loved ones and how much they matter. And it was such a timely moment that I'm like, I swear the universe is just always reminding us, love will see us through the end, and these are the things we're going to always remember. It's, for me personally, it's never how much I made, it's never how successful I was, it's never how big and grand and elaborate something was. It always comes back to the people I spent and had these moments with, and the beautiful moments with, and where I was just laughing and just felt love. It's always that. And I feel like sometimes I have to stop and remind myself that, because I can be very excessive and very elaborate and over the top, and it's about the people you spend it with, and animals too.
Yeah. I mean, this is a smart home, and it's interesting to know how well that these devices have actually gotten to know us and really what we need.
I know. We say our Alexa's black because she just told us this week she's celebrating Kwanzaa, so the more you know. Oh my gosh, it's getting harder to get to the bottom of this jar. What's this one say?
Thank you. Thankful that Ponyboy came by. I mean, we have a few neighborhood cats that actually come by on our porch. We find them by our security cameras, of course, but then we see them. Ponyboy in particular has a particular entitlement for food, so he comes up every day and expects a little can of wet food, and of course we give it to him.
We love feeding strays. They come all the time, if not at set times now. It's great. We know it's not really a stray. We know their family, and they let their cat walk out in the neighborhood, and he visits us almost every day, and he looks like our cats too. That's crazy. So let's see what else is in here. We're almost done too. Oh,
grateful for the
awesome
Pokemon Fest.
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go Fest with Kayla and Michael.
And me. Yeah. We did our first Pokemon Go Fest this year.
Yeah. That was actually a lot of fun.
When the servers weren't acting up.
It was, but it was cool that they allowed us to actually do that from our own communities rather than having to go to Grand Park and all the network not responding because everyone's trying to access their cell phones at the same time.
Oh, it was great. Michael was Ash, I was Brock, and Kayla was Misty. We had the best Pokemon adventure ever. It was great. Let's see. Oh, thankful for an amazing shoot with Marina. I love that Marina so much. She is gorgeous. Every shoot we do is just amazing, just beautiful. One of my favorite models to work with, super easy to work with, and just every shot comes out amazing to the point where you have so many amazing photos, it's so hard to choose which photo to use for the final outcome. And it's like that every single time. I don't even know which shoot that was. I imagine it was the House of OJ shoot. But we've done so many amazing photo shoots with Marina, and I look forward to doing more photo shoots with her in the future.
Yeah, no, and she's, I just particularly appreciate, Marina, how positive you really are. I think that energy is contagious, and I'm glad that you're out there sharing that with everyone around you.
Yeah, we can make anybody look good, but you just make it so easy for us. I'll give you guys both, we'll both have one. What's yours say?
Be able to cry over the phone,
okay.
And that the person answered.
Yeah. Oh God, I've cried so many times this year. You have absolutely no idea how many. I think this was during. It was a phone call with Kayla, and I think it was during Seraph's moment actually, and I was very much in the mindset that we were preparing myself to lose Seraph that day, and she also had an incident, a hospital incident, so we're both on the phone crying, trying to hold each other up right now. We both were going through, and both of us, our situations came through, and we're good now. But in that moment, it was just both of us crying and crying and crying, and I'm really grateful I have friends that I can do that with. That's, especially as a black man in America, that's not something that's exactly, we see as a good thing. And I'm grateful that I can do that, and that people really, we can hold each other up. That means a lot. Kayla's one of our closest friends, and we do love her a great deal. Oh, thankful for catching a shiny Gengar in Pokemon Go. I imagine somewhere down the line we were catching shinies and had to put it in the jar. It's a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, here, you wrote this one.
No, Artemis, Soul, Sky, and Seraph's health. I pray and I pray for their health and our health and everyone's health and success every day. And this year was a very important time to reflect on how grateful we can be for that, because we know how fragile it can be.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, we've said it so many times. I am thankful for this new path opening up. There have been so many new paths opening up. I think that's been one of the scariest things about 2020. I wouldn't say scary, just one of the most jarring things is that so many new things have been opening up that you can almost feel like your world is being tilted almost upside down to a degree. I don't think I'm the same person from when I started this year. I don't think you're the same person from when you started this year. I don't think any of us can possibly even be the same people that we were at the beginning of this year. This was 5 years packed in one, it feels like. And it's obvious to talk about the bad stuff, but even the good stuff, when so much of it's so life-changing, it can be a bit... You have to put yourself in a space where you're ready to receive even the good things, and that takes a little bit of collaborating internally.
Yeah, every day should have a certain level of growth, and I'm grateful that although there were many obstacles this year, those obstacles forced on some growth that maybe would have taken us a little bit longer.
Yeah, that was a good one. I swear we're almost done. I'll give you one. Oh gosh, it's 3, so we're just going to hold on to... Oh, I'm thankful for my friend Chris watching Revolutionary Girl Utena with me. That's my favorite anime, and for someone to sit their butt down and watch 3 seasons of it with me, thank you, Chris. That meant a
lot. Thankful for how beautiful the House of Vosges designs turned out.
Yes, okay, I know that sounds a little bit vain, but when I come up with a design and it's on paper and then it manifests into actualizing to reality, they turn out a lot different than how I initially envisioned, and thank God they come out for the better than I expected, because I'm wow, this is what I had in mind, but I didn't think it would turn out like this, and it's amazing. So I don't want to say it's happy accidents, but you never really know how something's going to translate from paper to reality.
Yeah, they absolutely stand on their own and stand by themselves, but for sure I'm particularly grateful for the validation we've seen with all of your support. To see these comments, these likes, these loves, these reactions, and shares about this new line that was really just a concept only a few months ago is really wonderful.
And on top of that too, even if your design turns out the way you want it being on a human being and them feeling beautiful in it, just amazed. That's just the best feeling ever. That someone feels beautiful in something you made. Come on. This one.
I'm thankful for people that still care about one another. I think everyone must care for one another, but I'll say that it has, because there's been much time to reflect and observe, it is much more obvious those that care more for one another than others, and I think those folks should ultimately serve as an inspiration for the rest of us. You can tell that those that are willing to share their blessings with others and ultimately care about those that are around them are really special in our community and should be held up.
Yeah, I think we still don't place enough emphasis on caring for one another. I think if people spent just a little bit less time on focusing on themselves and just spent a little bit more time just making sure the rest of us are okay and we're cared for and we're good, that will do worlds for all of us. And I really hope that we get that opportunity to really embody that at some point. And I think we will. I think, honestly, with the direction the collective's going, I think people want to stop fighting. I think people want to, things to go back to some semblance of normalcy and calmness. And I really do hope we're on that trajectory. Thankful for my chat with Steven. Oh yeah, we have some good phone call conversations. You don't even know. We talk about everything from music to tarot cards to just crazy ass, life events. It's great. Love you, Steven. Oh yeah, thankful. Oh, this was right when House of OJ first kicked off. Thankful for how well House of OJ is coming along. So before we even launched, just coming up with a logo, coming up with the Instagram page, coming up with the who's gonna model what, coming up with just the fabrics, and all of that was just so many months of prep that went in before we launched in, I want to say, March. And just being grateful for that process, the process before you can even launch. That's just, the concept in our mind kind of started late last year. We were definitely kind of augmenting ourselves to kind of step into that. We expedited it a little bit because obviously COVID happened, and we had more availability in our time, and it's a good thing. It ended up turning out, and I'm just grateful for the process, even before it became a fully realized idea. Oh, I'm thankful for Derek modeling for us. Oh, he's such a cute teddy bear, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah, he is so funny because once again, just any of our models that just really believe in the vision and come through and just bring 100% of themselves to it and their own DNA and only something they can do and their magic touch. Just love it. Just thankful for that. This is not just one person's vision, and we're just grateful so many people, really have had such an amount of license in the way they, even just helping us pick out the pictures and which ones they feel the best in. What makes you feel beautiful in a shot, and just that type of feedback. It's great. We completely cherish that. And thankful for the people that I'm in a better space with. Yeah, I definitely will call out some people if I have issues with them, or get into anyone. We all get into issues with people, and just to be able to heal and recover, and find each other again, respect one another, and patch it up and be grown-ass adults about it. Totally, something I don't take for granted, because I know that it takes a bit to really not only respect somebody you didn't have respect for, listen to them, open up, talk about your issues and problems and your vulnerabilities, and also listen to theirs, find common ground, and still be able to just find that common ground, or at least begin to love each other and care for each other again. That's a really big thing we're grateful for, because I think we're in a day and age where cancel culture is so much of the new norm, and I feel that we're not giving people the amount of grace and viewing them as humans. It's such a black and white mentality, and I feel that that's not really human. We're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna make mistakes. He's gonna make mistakes, and our first thing shouldn't be to jump on I gotta cancel this person, fuck them. It should just be I didn't like that. Tell somebody you didn't like it. You know what I mean? But you know what, I love you and I hope you do better next time, or what have you. I think that's important to be able to have those sides to us where we can really look at things that way.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just grateful for the bridges that have been available this year. Again, people have had time to connect with one another in ways that they haven't been able to before, able to get out of their heads and try and understand one another. It's no longer, I'd argue, as we go into 21 here, it's no longer acceptable to just cut people out or cancel an entire person's existence or being, because and particularly because of this pandemic, we've learned we all rely on each other. We all have to work with one another. We all have to we all have to connect with one another to survive as the civilization. So it's good that folks are finally opening up this year.
Yeah. And that has been our gratitude jar of 2020. See, this year wasn't that bad. Next year, We have to have different colored Post-it notes. I feel
Okay.
like we should do like pink and green, and that way when we do this again, we can tell whose is whose. And if you don't know what a gratitude jar is you take a jar, and every time you're grateful, January 1st would be a great day to start it. You write something you're grateful for, sometimes multiple things a day, and you put them in. And when you get to the end of the year, you can see all the amazing things you look back on that that held a special place in your heart and you were grateful for. And it's a really cathartic experience. I mean, we're going to do it again.
Yeah. Well, and how wonderful it was to really reflect on that as we close out this year.
Yeah. And we wish you a happy 2021. I know this year was tough. Just remember that there are going to be so many more people, places, and things that you never knew you could love so much going forward. This year is going to be a miracle and source of inspiration. It will have its new challenges, but you made it through the hard part, so you can make it through this. And it's going to be better than ever. We love you. May love keep you safe. And happy 2021.
Happy New Year.